So, dear colleagues, welcome to the workshop Endocrinology and Cancer that's supported by the SBEM, Brazilian Society of Endocrinology and Metabolism, in conjunction with the European Society of Endocrinology. So it's my great pleasure to coordinate this program with my dear and long friend, Beatriz Santana Soares Rocha, the president of SBEM Minas Gerais. Beatriz is professor of the Department of Internal Medicine of Federal University of Minas Gerais, here in Belo Horizonte. She is a PhD in pharmacology and molecular biology by the University of Minas Gerais. This is the third time we have this workshop together with the European Society of Endocrinology. So the first one was in Curitiba, 2014. We repeat this in 2016 in Salvador. So it's really a great pleasure for me to have this workshop for the third time as a chair of the International Committee of the Brazilian Society of Endocrinology and Metabolism. And so I really have to thank my long and good friend Aart Van Der Lelij, that will be our first speaker in fact. He is the president of the European Society of Endocrinology, and he has been with us in this program since the first one in 2014, and we really hope to continue this with AJ and with the new president now, Andrea Justina, that is going to replace him next year. So we have four speakers for this workshop today, Endocrinology and Cancer. So the first is Aart Van Der Lelij. So AJ is a professor of endocrinology in the Erasmus Medical Center in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. So he's a long friend of the Brazilian Society, has been many times in Brazil. He's a president of the European Society of Endocrinology for the last 3 years and has more than 300 publications in different areas of endocrinology, especially in neuroendocrinology, Ghrelin system, diabetes, anything. So he's really a general endocrinologist and a really special person to talk for us about if sugar gives you cancer. So AJ, thank you very much to be with us again in Brazil, and I hope you come back many times again in the future.
Thank you, Cesar, for this very kind introduction. Many of you know the European Society, but not all of you. It's a young society. It was the follow-up of the European Federation of Endocrine Societies, and in 2006 in Glasgow, the ESE started off. We started with about 300 volunteers, people who were just there and were appointed to be the first members, but now we are gradually growing, and we now have more than 4,000 members. We are an individual membership society, but we still use the knowledge and the network of the affiliated societies, which is 51. Now you might wonder, 51 countries in Europe? No, but some countries have several endocrine societies also in Europe. We also have affiliated societies, international societies that collaborate with us on several topics, and 6 associated members. And if you look in the middle, you see that the SBEM, if I said that correctly, is also an associated society with us. You're quite active. You submit your papers also to our journal, European Journal of Endocrinology, and in the last year you did it 60 times from South Africa. Most of the papers were coming from Brazil. The vision and mission that the European Society has is to shape the future of endocrinology and advance endocrinology by uniting, supporting, and representing whenever we can. We do have an annual congress, not biannual, but annual. Last one was in Barcelona, and there were about 3,500 scientific attendees, 78 coming from Brazil. About 1,800 abstracts and 99 countries represented. Next one will be in May, where I will step down. in Lyon in France, and then the year after it's going to be in Prague in the Czech Republic. You're happily invited to show up there. If you are a member, you can always see online by ECE on demand whatever we produce. All of the material is available for you now. The journal is doing well. Its impact factor is increasing. It's now over 4. It's a European problem. All countries say we are in favor of Europe, except for the UK maybe, but we do it our own way. And therefore, in an attempt to harmonize education and endocrinology, we published a postgraduate training paper with a recommendation for each of the countries to at least train people in that. In order to harmonize again Europe and maybe other countries as well, we started off with a European board exam, collaboration with the Royal Society of Medicine in the UK. And the first one was pretty crowded, was oversigned, so that's good. A lot of the money that we spent on young people. Last year, we spent about 165,000 euros in sending people to other meetings or inviting young people to our meetings. And we also have a European Young Endocrine Scientists Network, meaning that the young endocrinologists in Europe have their own society, which we heavily support, but they have their own standalone meeting and their own board and their own network. I think we're relatively cheap. If you're in training and also a member of a national society, you only pay 10 euros, and I think there are not so many societies that can compete with that. If you want to know more about us or want to join us, look at this website. It's self-explanatory, and let's hope I meet you again.